Bird looking to pass, then puts it on the parquet and finds McHale dropping back. So Bird threw the double team to him and then made the superb pass. 23 points for McHale.
That is the toughest pass, a lob pass to connect. You only got the fingernails as a target to the receiver.
Inside to Willis, but a push-off is called.
Celtics have been committing on a pick-and-roll play to switching their big men out on a little guy of the Hawks. And that leaves one of the Hawks' big guys down in a low area with one of the smaller Celtic players, and they've capitalized on that the entire series.
This is not how the Hawks started the game. They do not seem to have that confidence that they displayed in the early moments. Bird is up with the shot. Mike Fratello might need an early timeout. And he'll go to it right now. You cannot let number 7 slip away for a moment or it'll be lost.
I'm trying to get Larry Bird into the offense a little bit more, trying to free up his shooting hand. Here's a great pick by Robert Parrish. Just knocks Dominique Wilkins off the play. Tree Rollins has to switch, and Tree just doesn't get there quick enough as the master of the half-inch gets that jump shot off.
Bird started out 2 of 7. He has hit his last 3. Warming to the task at home, and indeed there is a bundle of that pride here in the New England area.
That was a very basic play that the Celtics used that time to shake Bird loose.
So the bench not coming up with as many points here today, but Fratello has stuck longer with his starters as McHale comes over on Rivers neatly. Now for the first time, we see the Celtics taking command. Bird forces one, missed everything that time, and was under pressure.
Whitman appeared, got a piece of it.
Willis off the dribble. Celtics rebound.
Celtics have taken the jump hook away from Kevin Willis. They're playing on his left shoulder when he's posting up and forcing him to take those fall-away jump shots.
McHale being stopped by Willis that time. He wanted to go in even lower. Bird looking for a receiver as Parrish comes across, and Larry will take the shot as the shot clock winds down, and Atlanta comes up with the miss. Dominique, and the Hawks need his contribution offensively. Offense. It goes against Atlanta. That's the second on Rivers. Casey calling the play. Into McHale. Banging off Rollins. Comes inside the double team for the field goal.
He's getting double teamed, boy, but nobody slices through them better than Kevin McHale. He squirms through them.
This is the biggest lead for the Celtics. Whitman. And Randy Whitman has had himself a game here. Originally drafted in the first round by the Washington Bullets. Traded to the Hawks for Tom McMillan and a second-round draft choice.
Celtics got out after the outside shooters the tail end of the second quarter, but they've given it to him again.
Oh, the open man, McHale, and coming back was Antoine Carr, and he fouled McHale.
Remember that play in the beginning of the game that we talked about, that little curl play off the low post? That was the same play, only 2 men made a mistake for the Hawks and left McHale wide open. Here it comes again, off the top, and Carr just, I guess it was Willis, made a bad gamble, and Carr had to come over and stop McHale from making the shot.
26 points for Kevin McHale to go with his 11 rebounds, and he is perfect so far with his 6 free throw attempts. The Hawks are going to need a burst by Dominique Wilkins.
Has the switch.
And Rivers up over Parrish.
That's a great play. Rivers put it over the tallest man the Celtics could throw in their defense.
And McHale is stopped. A big stop by the Atlanta defense. Here's Wilkins. And that's what they must have. The open court game turning Dominique loose to climb back in it. It's 22 points for Nick.
They can throw 10 points at you so fast, the Hawks.
And KC will slow it up right now by using a Celtic timeout here. 7:30, third period, a 3-point Boston lead. When it comes to experience, the Celtics have all of it as far as Game 7 is concerned, not only with the players, but also the head coaches. Tommy Heinsohn, what is it that Red Auerbach says about experience?
It means, experience means bleep, bleep.
It only matters what happens here this afternoon.
The building never wins a game. It's the team.
And there's the empty chair for Arnold.
It's there. Red Auerbach, I know, hating to miss this one. He's made all the big ones this year. Not here as many times as he used to be for every home game, but he wouldn't have missed this one.
He had made a promise to accept an honorary degree this afternoon, and that's why he's not here.
That's correct, and man of his word.
Doctorate in victories. And they swing it to the open man. Dennis Johnson's first field goal.
Now that's a big shot. They're going to continue, I would expect, to let DJ take those shots.
Dominique responds.
Boy, he is starting to heat up again from the outside. He's taking the right shots and hitting them. No force here today by Dominique.
McHale on the drive. Didn't get the roll, and Rivers puts it to the parquet. Dominique didn't get it to fall. The only thing that Wilkins ever has to avoid is trying to do too much all by himself. Johnson.
Well, you can tell he's been in 7 games. And lots of them. No pressure there. Even though he did not have a good first half, he's looking right at the hoop.
The Celtics will attempt to keep Dominique at the perimeter and not shooting layups. Whitman, though, has blazed away from that perimeter. 18 points, his high of the series. By far his best game.
I don't understand why Boston double teams Tree Rollins.
Ainge hits the three. His second three of the game.
Game like this will test a team that hasn't played in 7-game series.
On the double team, they fouled him that time. In deep. Carr, three-point opportunity for the Hawks. A big moment for Antoine Carr, who put together 3 consecutive field goals during the span in the first half.
What a great pass over the top of Robert Parrish just to allow Carr to gain possession of the ball. The Celtics are trying to deny any pass into the low post, and that was a perfect pass made by, I believe, Doc Rivers.
This has not been a game featuring Spud Webb. Mike Fratello bending down to have a few words with his pint-sized star. Johnson, who is warming to the task.
Now he's looking for the outside shot. Ducked right behind that pick and said, I'm going to clank it.
Ainge was fronting Rollins. Gets it in low for that hook shot, and that's his first field goal of the game. He has averaged less than 6 a game in this series so far.
It took him a long time to recognize the mismatch, however.
Bird forced out of the shot, gives it up to Whitman, and now races back defensively. And Whitman with a slick pass to Dominique Wilkins.
Well, again, that double team of Bird, and he misread where the open man was.
So an early burst by the Celtics in the second half, but they cannot shake these Hawks. Underneath, the foul is called by Evans. Rivers taking a couple of moments to catch his breath.
This is a dandy game. I'll tell you, there's plenty of spunk in the Atlanta Hawks. They had come out, they measured the first quarter, they had the right emotional pitch. In fact, they looked like they played in more 7-game series than the Celtics did in that first quarter.
Well, just when folks were beginning to write off this team after 2 quick losses to the Celtics, the Hawks rebounded and won the next 3. Then let the series slip away from them in Atlanta. But here in number 7, they are still eyeball to eyeball with the Boston Celtics. In now to McHale, who has played spectacularly on offense. Johnson wanted to go back, but his man had cut off on him. Ainge not there. 7 turnovers. Atlanta's ball, and the Hawks can regain the lead.
What great defense that trip by the Hawks.
Antoine Carr. Then he has had the shooting touch here in the Boston Garden. 11 points for Carr. Time remaining in the third in your lower right-hand corner. Rollins coming over on Ainge, and a body was used over there in the corner, and Jake O'Donnell with the whistle. And that is a big number 4 on Atlanta center Tree Rollins.
That's a big loss for the Hawks because he truly knows how to play in the paint and be the middle linebacker of that team. Take what he has to take coming to him. And Willis not so good at it.
Bird gets it in low on the turnaround against Wilkins. Atlanta started 0 for 5 this quarter. Since then, they are 9 of 10 from the field. And it's against Parrish. That's his second.
Now Bird is guarding Antoine Carr, giving him the spot too.
And that time Bird stuck with him. Ainge looking in for Parrish. They have silenced Parrish on the inside pretty much so far. And that time they were trying to silence him too much. In fact, they were mugging him as he was coming through the paint. That's 3 on Carr.
Well, he has a tough job trying to stay with Robert Parrish now. Parrish much bigger.
Dominique in the corner on Bird. Double team off his shoe. Full 24. Fratello yelling defensive instructions. Ainge short with the 3. And underneath, the foul goes against Atlanta.
Fighting for the spot, Hal. You want to get over the box. There's McHale trying to get that spot, hold it. Willis bumps him. McHale bumps him. They spins back to the middle trying to get rebound position, and Willis says, I'm spinning you out of there, and that's what they got. I don't know when they get the goal to call a foul when there's so much bumping. It could have been right from the beginning of that replay. They call it at the end. What contact goes on there? You really have to have a great temperament. You know who had the greatest temperament playing a low post? Wilt Chamberlain. He used to literally get mugged every single night.
A 3-point Celtic lead. Willis gets it into Dominique's hands. He comes up with the shot, and he's fouled. Put him on the line.
Dominique is a competitor. There is no quit in Dominique. He carried his team on his shoulders and as the Hawks went through a series of injury problems most of this season.
And with that free throw, Tommy, he has tied the game at 80 here. Boston 80, Atlanta 80. And Ainge against that trap in the corner has it knocked out by Atlanta. Celtics ball. With Roberts checking in for the first time in the second half, McHale will take a break.
Casey Jones right now is trying to set up a combination where McHale can come in and anchor the rest of the Celtic bench going into the fourth quarter.
He scored 29 points and pulled down 11 rebounds. Bird cutting inside, had Parrish open and didn't get it to him quickly enough, but gets it back and then can't get the shooter's roll. Taken away by Johnson. Maine. Atlanta still can't come up with it. Inside to Parrish. Now it's Johnson again. And the Hawks are paying a price in the second half for continuing to leave him open.
Celtics have let Whitman wide open. He's responded for the Hawks.
In deep to Dominique. Pulled away by Dennis Johnson. All 8 of his points here in the second half. Now Bird is a clear out, gets it back to Johnson. Off the fake, tried to draw the foul. Roberts off the drive into the paint. That's not the shooter the Celtics want, and the Hawks bring it back. Quickly now to Rivers, who moves it to Wilkins.
Boy, they push the ball up, and Wilkins is out on the wing. You better get him and pick him up right in the corner, or it's a jam or an easy shot. He is a power player on a fast break.
Last 45 seconds of the third period with the score deadlocked again, 82 all. Johnson, short. Parrish takes it away. Cannot get it to fall. The Hawks can regain the lead here after 3 periods.
They're going to let him play in this fourth quarter. They're getting very physical down in that paint.
We have had 11 ties and 22 lead changes already. There's time for the layup. Celtics regain it. The costly turnover. And after 3 periods in the Boston Garden, the Celtics are ahead of the Atlanta Hawks. Tommy Heinsohn, it gets physical even for someone covering the NBA.
Well, we're going to show you a unique thing. We're going to, our telestrator, we're going to show you what can happen off the court. Right here, you watch this man as the ball is coming down this way. He is not in play, but he will be shortly.
Oh,
bang!
Larry Epstein, who pulls cable for us, took one for the team. Are you okay, big fella?
I'm going to circle him.
Tough guy down there at the end line. We start period number 4. It has been a splendid series all the way. The Celtics lead the Hawks by 2, 84-82. McHale back out there with Parrish and Bird, Ainge and Johnson. They seem to be on the floor all the time, don't they, for the Boston Celtics? Johnson maneuvering, cannot get open as Willis had jumped out, and that left McHale open all alone underneath.
On a basket. No basket. Jake O'Donnell was going to give it to him, but Dick Pavetta said no basket. Was watching as the alternate official.
So the Hawks come down with a chance to tie it as the 24-second shot clock expired, costing the Celtics that field goal. And the Hawks do tie it with an easy inside field goal.
What a heads-up play by John Battle. He just read what was going on perfectly.
The Hawks doing a spectacular job of not letting Parrish take command down on the inside in this game. Johnson throws it up on the drive, and the foul was called as he began the penetration.
Now what's happening, because Dennis Johnson has made a couple of those outside shots, they're rushing at him, and that'll turn him loose going to the hoop.
Bird over there discussing with the Celtic Brain Trust. At the free throw line, the Celtics have outscored the Hawks by 10. Now make it 11. The Celtics are 17 of 18. And Atlanta 6 of 6. So the difference in this game for Boston is their success at the free throw line. Not unusual for the Celtics. Some have suggested that the Leprechaun wears a striped shirt. However, it was interesting to note that Don Nelson doesn't think so after covering the Celtics on television. It's a different view, Tommy, than when you're coaching over there. Rivers rolling off, and foul call on the outside. It's against Ainge, and that's his third.
That has been a good play for the Hawks, with Carr setting the pick for Doc Rivers. That time Ainge tried to break it up by making sure Carr could not roll to the hoop for the layup.
86-84, Boston ahead of Atlanta as we have started the payoff period here in the Boston Garden. Good defense by McHale, but Carr gets it back, and what a force he has been. If there has been a surprise, he's it in number 7. 13 points for Carr, and a foul in the backcourt against Rivers. His fourth. The Hawks continue to exert pressure on the ball.
They just bring Robert Parrish back there so that Dennis Johnson can rub that pressure man off him and make it easier for him to bring the ball up.
Bird now cuts free.
And Willis did not switch out fast enough to get to Bird.
And as a result, the Celtics lead it 88-86. Battle, who has checked in for Coach Fratello, sends it on the inside to Carr. Carr snaps a pass into the middle, and the Hawks get the roll.
Antoine Carr down on low post. He can see things down there. Great passer from inside the defense.
Tied at 88 with Bird again pulling up, putting Boston ahead. 18 points for Bird. Stolen almost, but Willis comes up with it and gets the roll to tie it again with 9:18 to go and 10 for Kevin Willis.
What a ball game. Wow.
What you hope for when you watch a number 7. Parrish getting it into Ainge's hands. Bird attempting to break free, stays with it, and the foul is called. The continuation for Larry Bird.
Ainge is picked up. Now watch Bird just get the ball and wheel into the defense. Gets banged and lets it fly lefty. Hail Mary.
Just like he rehearsed it. Perhaps this is what Larry Bird had in mind when he guaranteed a victory. Tommy Heinsohn, this is some play.
Well, what Larry Bird does probably better than any of the other players, because he's not a leaper, he doesn't worry about falling on the floor. He just keeps his eye on the target all the time. And he doesn't worry. Look at him looking up to see where he can pick it off the glass. Now, he's not a leaper, and he just throws himself a lot into the defense, doesn't worry about falling.
He is 7 of his last 10, 9 of 17 for the game. The crowd is up for Bird, and the Celtics lead it 92-90. But the mighty might of the Atlanta Hawks has checked in, and he has been quiet here so far. One Spud Webb, who is averaging 10 points a game, is scoreless so far. But he is on the floor.
And this might be the best time to put him in the ball game, because if the Celtics have any fatigue whatsoever, he's liable to be able to exploit it with that speed. But he's got to handle the ball to do it.
We've got 15 times, 22 lead changes. The Celtics once were up by 7. Dominique hits a 3.
Wow.
He is 14 of 25 here with 34 points this afternoon. And the crowd grows ever so quiet after that three. With Bird coming back and hitting. No, it rolled out, and the Hawks rebound, and they can take the lead.
Great switch out that time by Willis to really bother Bird on that shot.
Battle trying to bring it up quickly. Gets it to Willis, and a great defensive move by Bird as he steals the ball for the Celtics. Lead to Bird off the fake. Improves his position, and the Celtics are up again. 95 to 93. 23 for Bird. 7:55. Dominique to the hardwood. Rebound, McHale. Bird.
They really shut down Dominique's attack angle that time.
Inside to Perry. Celtics by 4. 97 to 93. And Larry Bird has led the way with 9 of Boston's 13 fourth-quarter points, Tommy.
People try to take him in a low post, and once they get the ball, they can score over him. But he will not let you feel him, and he'll step out and steal it. But look what happens. He gets on the front end. Now he knows that Spud Webb is going to pick him up, and he can get right by him, and that's his shot.
Ah, yes, the leprechaun. Trail it by 4, 97-93. Battle penetrates. Bird was there, and Battle stuck with it. And again, the Hawks quiet down the crowd. They stick within 2.
That penetration has been hurting the Celtics the entire series. One-on-one by the guards, and Battle really has got some great speed.
And they've elected to take Webb out again here for the stretch. Ainge gives it up to Johnson. He penetrates for the Celtics. And it's a 4-point lead again as Dennis Johnson with 14 second-half points.
A rush out again on him. He just shot him the ball, made them all leap at him, and took it to the hoop.
Whitman still hot.
He has responded. The Celtics said, hey, we're going to let him prove it to us from the outside. He's more than proved it to them.
20 of their 97 points. Trailing by 2. Ainge comes around the horn. They drop it to Parrish. Relatively quiet in the second half. Good defense on the inside. McHale could not get the rebound as Willis gets to it. Now the Hawks can tie.
Celtics only covering the offensive ball with 2 men because Bird has fallen back to protect them against the Hawks' fast break.
Oh, if you're an Atlanta Hawk fan, it must be agony watching in your living room right now. Oh, every trip. Wilkins ties it for Atlanta.
What a game.
36 for Dominique and number 7. Who could ask for anything more? 5:50. Bird cuts free, left hands it for the field goal. That puts Mason Jones and the Celtics back on top, 101 to 99.
A mano-mano duel, Bird versus Wilkins. This is a type of game of who's going to blink first.
Wilkins responds, and he has tied it at 101. 38 points for Wilkins.
By this time, both players are unconscious. By that I mean they've got their game groove. The adrenaline is way pumped up, and anything's liable to happen between the 2 of them.
It's Bird's turn, and the Celtics have the lead. 103-101, and both benches are enjoying what they're watching with these 2 teams. Bird with 13 points in this quarter.
It's a duel. Put down your saber.
Wilkins this time gives it up and then gets it back. And Dominique high off the glass. 40 points for Wilkins, and the game is tied at 103. Bird inside of Wilkins, snapped the pass to Parrish. Bird was open if he'd have gotten it back. Instead, it's McHale's turn, and he's fouled by Rollins. And that, for Trey Rollins, is number 5. Rivers returning for the Hawks. Here's a man who's played awfully well off the bench, Antoine Carr, back in the game for the Hawks. He scored 13 here this afternoon as a sub.
That poses a problem for the Celtics because Larry Bird ends up defending Tree Rollins, but now they have to guard Carr or Willis or Dominique.
Here is the left-handed shot, if you will, by Larry Bird, creating something in the middle. And McHale has created a 30-point game here this afternoon. Perfect at that free throw line. Has put Boston back up by 2 points. 31 from McHale, 12 rebounds. 11 of 11 from the free throw line.
I don't think I've ever seen two stars respond like they have in this fourth quarter, both Bird and Dominique Wilkins.
Wilkins gets it back with Johnson all over him now. And they'll go to Doc Rivers. He jacks the three, and it's off the mark, but Antoine Carr has it. Knocked free by Johnson. Atlanta's ball. Whitman's the open man. And he buries it to tie it again. Boston's turn. Bird snaps free. Comes up with a shot, and the Celtics lead it.
They doubled him that time off the pick. He was going to try and pass to Parrish. He wasn't there, and he had to shoot it.
Bird with 29. Hawks will try to tie it.
Trying to take advantage of Bird in that low post.
Dominique penetrates, bounces, missed the shot. Celtics ball, no whistle, but you couldn't hear a thing. Dennis Johnson slow to come down the floor, shaken up. They may need a 20. Dennis Johnson cannot rejoin his mates. They've got to have a timeout because of Johnson. He was shaken up on that trip down the floor. Dennis Johnson, trying to draw the charge, is shaken up. And I suspect in these instances the officials prefer to let them play. And for a moment you thought maybe Johnson was bluffing, but he could not come down the floor. He was shaken up on this sequence, Tommy.
Yes, he got right in there, and that could have gone in favor of the Celtics, but I'm in agreement with you on these type of situations. Experienced officials want the teams to win or lose by scores, not foul shots. So it's got to be very, very flagrant before they're going to call something.
Well, from Boston with Tommy Heinsohn, I'm Brent Musburger. And it has been a classic number 7. The Celtics lead it 107-105 over the Hawks. In this period, Larry Bird has scored 15 and Dominique Wilkins 9. Bird is 7 of 8 from the field. Wilkins is 4 of 6. And the Celtics again attempt to build a 4-point lead. And in this game, that's huge. Knocked away from Bird. Atlanta can tie it. Now, Randy Whitman today is 11 of 13. He is perfect this half. He's hit all 4 of his shots. Knocked out of bounds. Hawks ball. 12 seconds on that shot clock.
Trying to isolate Rivers that time on Dennis Johnson, figuring he might have been a little bit hurt. Maybe we can get around him.
We've had 22 lead changes in this game. Rivers off the mark that time, and the Hawks save it, and as the shot clock goes off, Rivers tried to beat it but did not. It's a turnover. It'll go out of bounds on the side to the Celtics, who lead it 107-105. We have 2:30 left in regulation. The crowd working itself into a frenzy. McHale in low has it knocked away, and he's fouled by Willis. That is 4 on Willis.
At this crucial time of the game, Boston will try and pick Kevin McHale to the spot underneath the basket, so there won't be any bumping around. So it's a timing play as to when he gets open to give him the ball.
McHale has scored 31 here today, and he is perfect at all 12 of his free throws.
Willis will be under the gun. He's got great speed, but he's going to have to fight through a pick to get to McHale.
The difference at the line continues. What are some of the options here? for the Atlanta Hawks.
Well, the Hawks have two prime options, Doc Rivers or Dominique Wilkins. I'm sure the Celtics will be it to try and cut down the penetration. They have allowed Wilkins to take the outside shot. They're going to have to play him a little bit tougher. The same for Rivers. But now they also have Carr being defended by Bird.
Carr on the turnaround. Cannot get it to fall. And Boston can move up by 6. The Atlanta Hawks have been held to 1 field goal in the last 2 minutes plus. So the defensive stand by the Celtics. And it's Bird. There is blood on the right side of Dennis Johnson's face. He is cut at the right eye as he comes out defensively. Now he goes into double team. And the duel continues. 42 for Wilkins, 30 for Bird. It's 112-107 Boston. The Hawks must have a stop.
Celtics have had mistakes trying to work it down too fine to Bird.
Johnson rimmed out. He's wiped the blood away now from the side of his face. Larry Bird promised it, and he is delivering in this quarter with 18 points. This a critical trip for the Atlanta Hawks. They trail at 112-107. The pass back. Dominique is hammered underneath. The Celtics disagree with the call, but he did not get the field goal and a chance for the three-pointer. That was Dennis Johnson a few moments ago as he was scratched there on the side of his eye.
He will be put under the gun. The Celtics trying to work the clock down. Sometimes they work it down too fine before they work for a shot, and they virtually give that possession away without really ending up with a good shot attempt. Now the Hawks almost did the same thing themselves.
Livingston checks in. It's now a 3-point Celtic lead. 112-109, 47 seconds. Another defensive stop. A must here for the Hawks.
Hawks have gone small now. And Livingston is defending against Parrish so that he can jump out on Bird on those picks.
Johnson gets it into Bird, and Wilkins is there. Bird comes free. Bird for the layup. You are watching what greatness is all about. Larry Bird started the game slowly, but here in the fourth period, he has shown you why he's a future Hall of Famer. 20 points this quarter. He is 9 of 10 in this period. He has hit his last 6 field goals, and as far as Larry Bird is concerned, it's Detroit, here we come. The Atlanta Hawks can be thinking about a three-pointer here, and then they need a quick steal to try and get back. They trail it by 5 points. Wilkins looks. Now he'll take it for the tooth first and hope to draw the foul, taps it back in, and they stay off it. He moves him to within 3. They need the ball. The open man's Ainge. And he was fouled. And the Atlanta Hawks bench can't believe it. They thought Ainge blew it.
Said it was goaltending. Let's take a look at it. Danny Ainge has a good attack angle. And Rivers goes up there, looked like he sweat. Couldn't tell it from there, but Ainge would have picked it up and could have put it back in, and immediately right away the official says goaltending.
From this angle, it does not appear that Doc Rivers gets a hand on this shot by Ainge. If so, it certainly was not goaltending, but nevertheless, it has sealed the fate of the Atlanta Hawks. 17 seconds. They'd have to shoot quickly and get an enormously quick steal. Let's see if they can pull it off. It'll take a miracle. Rivers comes in, knocked away, and a foul is called. 11 seconds left on the clock. What a big call that was down there at the end. Maybe someone can blow up and freeze frame the hands, but I certainly did not see any contact.
It isn't over yet. They make this foul shot. The Hawks are a very good steal team. Now they've got their smallest unit in there. Livingston, Rivers, Battle, Whitman, and Dominique. So it may be a great difficulty for the Celtics just to inbound the ball.
They hit the free throws. There's the pressure in the backcourt. They get it to Dennis Johnson, and quickly Rivers fouls him and puts him on the free throw line. 10 seconds left in the game. The Celtics are ahead by 3.
Right now, they have to make this free throw to stay out of range.
I get word from our director, Bob Fishman, and our producer, Bob Stenner, that we had the ability to blow it up. We get an opportunity. Maybe it'll be even at the end of the game. We'll take a look and see if Rivers did indeed nick that ball up on the glass and commit a goaltending, as the Celtics had missed a free throw here. 116-113. So still a glimmer of hope for Carr and Livingston, Mike Fratello, and the rest of these gutty Atlanta Hawks, who just will not surrender in this series to the favored Boston Celtics. (117-113). Let's take still another look at it. Keep in mind the hand is the issue here as Doc Rivers comes back.
And as Danny Ainge puts it off the glass, Doc Rivers does not get to it, but if he hits the board while the ball is over the rim, that is goaltending too, because it shakes the ball and can force it out of the basket. Now, it looks like he hit the backboard while the ball was over the cylinder, so
that's a violation, of course, and then it would be a very good call by Evans, who was right there. And Wilkins, who has played absolutely brilliantly, gives it up, and Tree Rollins with a left-handed shot in 6 seconds. And again, quickly they go for the steal and commit the foul in the corner, and Dennis Johnson will come up. That's it. It'll be the Pistons and the Celtics, a rematch of last year's Eastern Conference Championship, but a team that can walk off with their heads awfully high here this afternoon, the Atlanta Hawks. There's 5 seconds left for the Miracle. And the foul by Ainge. 46 points this afternoon. Perfect at the free throw line.
And Dennis Johnson is really going to put a block on Cliff Livingston, who may, on this miss, to try to work down. You take a wide angle, you're going to see Livingston getting set up at the three-point line, ready to take one leap on the miss of this free throw.
The miss, and that's it. Boston 118, Atlanta 116.